Alrighty, so welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and watching. So I'm beginning my rebuild on my Moto Guzzi V7 version 3 racer, and I just thought I'd do a quick update on what I'm up to for this particular build on this particular bike. I'm going to keep it simple and just do a couple of videos on the before and after. So today I have removed the front fender because I got to pull the front wheel off, remove the tire, ready for new rubber. So the clutch lever has been replaced and that's now on. And what else? Oh, so obviously you can see the valve cover is off the head cap. So this was my biggest concern on the bike, and very fortunately I don't have an issue. So I took off here's the old one that took all the damage, and the bolts that held this on were completely tweaked, worn down. I had to use vice grips, and you can see one of the bolts here. If I hold this up to here, it's just there you go. You see how bent that is? So that was one of the 3 bolts here that hold the head in. And I had some leakage from the gasket on the side here, but that was because the whole head got tweaked. So the head itself is absolutely fine. It's just the valve cover that was buggered and needs to be replaced. I did a valve check with the intake and the outtake with top dead center, and they are within tolerances. So the bike's only got 3,500 miles on it, 3,800 I think. So it is not due for a valve check until 6,000 miles. But I wanted to check anyway, just in case something was off after the accident. Spark plug is good, and everything else inside looks really clean. So for the head, so it's literally just a case of putting a new head cap on, a new spark plug cover. So I've started the cleanup. I've taken off the leather strap. I've taken off the broken mirrors on the side here because I'm going to do bar end mirrors rather than up high mirrors. Started the cleanup here. The battery is toast, so I've got a brand new battery coming in. So I removed the battery box and the battery connection cables, so the new battery's going in here. And that's pretty much it. The right side of the bike is absolutely perfect. Left side is where we're doing all the work. So rather than return this to its original glory, I'm going to customize this the way I want it, and hopefully make it look fabulous. So stay tuned. Alright, so there you go. New head, valve cover, cylinder head cover, whatever you want to call it, installed. Remarkably easy. Love them or hate them, they are easy to work on. They're a mechanic's dream. Now, once I get a brand new battery in the bike, I'm going to be able to start her up and warm up the old oil and then do a complete oil change and service on. Alright, so it's a beautiful day. The oil has been changed, a new battery's been installed. It is time to fire this puppy up for the first time, and for me to ride it for the first time, and do a first start, first ride, first impressions. So you can see I've got a brand new battery in that's fully charged, ready to rock and roll. I've left the cover plates off because I'm still going to be working on the bike, and there's really no point in putting those on just for a quick ride to get an idea. This side is off as well. This is just the the lock that releases the seat, just bundled up with so it doesn't scratch the paint. Oil level is good, hopefully. I did it yesterday, so I checked it cold, and it's right at where it should be, but I'm going to check it when it's hot when I get back. So right now it is literally a first start, which we will do right now. Ooh, so exciting. There she goes. Okay, so we got a flashing ABS and a flashing what is that? It's a warning light of some sort, a triangle with an exclamation point in it. I'll check on, see what that means, and then an engine light. So anyway, it's on. I don't know if you have to have the clutch pulled in. It says it's in neutral. I just rolled it out here, so hopefully it will be. Let's try. Oh, that's the mode button. I thought that was the starter. It says mode, and I can see it scrolling through stuff. Odometer 3850, so start it under here. Oh, there you go. First start, and it's absolutely cold, the engine. I can put my hands on the engine, the valve, everything. It's freezing. That is literally its first start. So that's huge, very exciting. I had no idea what was going to happen. So there we go, first start, and I'm going to go put my helmet on. There we go. All right, so first impressions, very pretty bike. I've never owned a Moto Guzzi. I've never ridden a Moto Guzzi. In the almost 40 motorcycles I've owned over the decades, I've never had a Moto Guzzi. They've always had the reputation for being quirky, odd, lots of personality. I think that's a fun way of saying it. But yeah, no, just for some reason this is my first. So here we go. Let's see how she is. Very easy to get on, nice and low seat, nice and comfortable with the balance. Attach my airbag vest, safety first. Adjust my mirrors so I can see. Yep, a little grubby. Alright, so here we go. Feel that V-twin shake the bike, just move it a little left and right with the pistons going as you chugga 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 chugga. So hopefully some of these warning lights are going to go out once I start riding, but we'll see. Side stand up, clutch in, downshifter first, head and eyes up, ease out the clutch. Now the tires on this bike are absolutely shot. I mean, not completely shot, not as bad as my R6 tires, but they are alright. All those dash lights have gone out already instantly. No warning lights on the dash. Sweet, 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 sweet. So my knees feel a little high with the position of the rear sets. Gears are nice and smooth. Just put my visor down so you guys can hear me as I ride. And I've only got half a foot peg under my shift lever. Let me see how these brakes feel. Yeah, not too bad. I need to get on them a little more than that. Now that pulled away in second really smoothly, actually. That was just fine. Now it's quite chilly today, even though it's bright and sunny here. We've had incredible amount of rain in the last couple of weeks. Idling at, what's that, 1600 RPMs. And I'm behind an Alfa Romeo. Very apt. So yeah, she feels nice. Very, very responsive front end. It feels pretty light, but smooth. I know having decent new tires on these is going to make a huge difference to the riding. These tires are 7 years old, very, very hard rubber. Very hard indeed. But actually the riding position feels very comfortable, much more comfortable than a sport bike. Although I do feel hunched over a little bit. Obviously I've got no wind protection whatsoever on me. There's no fairing, there's no windshield, which is what I'm used to on my other bikes, I should say.
not often we have snow on those mountains in front of me. Gives you an idea how much rain we had. We had a lot of snow. Snow level came down to 2,500 feet. An Alfa Romeo Giulia. So the exhaust isn't obnoxious. It's got a little bit of a throaty rumble. I've heard some of those exhaust pipes, the aftermarket ones, and they're just wow. Really impressive sound. Front brake feels really good actually. I don't have steel braided lines on this thing, so obviously, you know, all motorcycles could deal with steel braided lines. Bars are straight. It rides very straight, even though it's been down, so I'm liking the fact that it doesn't have any weird wobbles. I'm going to pull up in front here. Own the intersection. Now I get to choose when I want to go, when I think it's clear and I think it's safe, or when I know it is. I think the thing I'm most excited about right now is the fact that I don't have any warning lights on the dash. No weird engine problems that I've got to take it to my local dealership because they're the only people with a computer that will be able to plug in and read it. It's the problem with the modern bikes, is that they're all computer controlled, electronic ignition. Oh, there's plenty of torque there. Oh, listen to that sound. Yeah, there you go. Nice. I still feel like the exhaust is a little corked up because it's an OEM stock exhaust system. They can always benefit from opening them up a little bit. But if you're gonna do that, you're gonna end up having to remap the engine. Again, one of the things I like to do is pull up to the front. I like to own the intersection as I go through it. Make sure there are no idiots blasting through it on their cell phones, ignoring traffic. Well, the seat is fabulously comfortable. This is one of the Moto Guzzi gel comfort seats. I'm going to get on the brakes a little bit more on this ride. Ooh, there you go, nice. Balance feels nice. Just getting used to her. Like I said, this is my very first Guzzi ride. My very first Guzzi bike. I hope this is the start of a beautiful friendship. I jokingly said to my wife, I've got a new Italian girlfriend. She knows where I am. I'm in the garage. In the garage with my girlfriend. It's better than being in the strip club, right? Especially if you're married. That's the thing about motorcyclists and their bikes. It's literally like having a relationship outside of your human relationships. Here we go. So literally the only thing wrong with her is my turn signals. Electrically speaking, and my bent shifter linkage, which is definitely binding on gear changes, which means I'm not riding as smoothly as I could be. Alright, so first impressions. Very manageable torque and power, very smooth. The odometer, or rather the speedo, the tach, is a little slow registering the RPMs as you accelerate, but you know, compared to BMWs and Japanese bikes, that's hardly surprising. Exhaust note, very nice, very it's very corked up. This is very tight. So the fact that it sounds as good as it does with stock exhaust pipes, I think is amazing. But aside from that, wow, yeah, I think I got a really great deal. Now, one thing I'm looking at right here is I just replaced the valve cylinder head here, and we have got no leakage. Yay, this is completely clean, completely dry. So yeah, I really need to sort out the linkage here because of the binding issue. New one's going on. It was cheaper to buy a used one that is in good condition off a trashed bike, which is what I've done, than it was to buy these parts individually from Moto Guzzi, which is always the way, right? This was just this peg on its own was $100, just this part. But yeah, I really need to sort that out. Anyway, so yeah, really nice bike. Now I understand why Moto Guzzi owners absolutely love their bikes. They're a conversation piece. They're quirky. They've all got interesting personalities. Well, this one certainly has. I've never ridden anything quite like it. It's very unique. It's definitely... Now I understand. It's a Moto Guzzi. Until you ride one, you won't understand. Onwards. Ride safely, come home alive. Be safe out there.